Bangladesh's government must continuously provide incentives to its local and foreign players. Promoting cheaper and better garments around the world will help its industry grow further.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम, कैसे हैं आप सब? मैं हूं जया मानी।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, कैसे आप सब लोग खैरियत से? मेरा नाम है उस्मान कुरैशी। वेलकम टू आवर चैनल। सो गाइस, आज की जो वीडियो बड़े ही मजे और बड़े ही इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाली, क्योंकि आज की वीडियो पे हम लोग रिएक्शन करेंगे हाउ बांग्लादेश बिकम अ ग्लोबल टेक्सटाइल हब।
जी हाँ, वाह,
समझ आए? क्योंकि यार ये जो बांग्लादेश है ना, ये मतलब दिन ब दिन तरक्की पे तरक्की करता ही जा रहा है। सो हमारे व्यूवर्स भी ये कह रहे थे यार टेक्सटाइल हब के बारे में आप लोगों ने कोई वीडियो और कोई रिएक्शन नहीं किया हुआ। तो सो व्यूवर्स, उन्हीं के लिए, उन्हीं के प्यार के लिए आज की वीडियो है। सो हमारे चैनल पर आने से पहले जिन लोगों ने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, वो चैनल को
सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें, शेयर करें एंड बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलिएगा, ताकि हम इसी तरह की नई वीडियो आपके साथ शेयर करते रहें।
तो पहले वीडियो शुरू करते हैं, बाद में इंशाल्लाह बातें
यानी बेल आइकन आप कुछ करेंगे तभी वीडियो हमारी आएगी।
तो पहले वीडियो शुरू करते हैं, उसके बाद आगे बातें वगैरह करेंगे, ठीक है?
Bangladesh is famous for a lot of things, but one thing that always stands out is its textile industry. Why? Because it's huge. In 2021, its apparel export earnings alone were estimated to be worth over 35.8 billion US dollars, and it has employed tens of millions of people in the country and has continually been a critical part of Bangladesh's entire economy. Its textile industry far outperforms all other countries around the world, and today, Bangladesh is the second largest global exporter of its kind, just behind China. So how did Bangladesh become such a textile giant nation that around the world you would see clothing with "Made in Bangladesh" everywhere? Moreover, what does the future of the country's largest industry look like? Before we move on, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe for more. Textiles, garments, and so on have been here for quite some time already, and Bangladesh also has a history about it that dates back centuries. But it was only recently that it became an export-driven billion-dollar industry for Bangladesh. The garment industry first started to see a transformation around the 1980s. It was only before this decade that a man named Nurul Kader Khan, a so-called pioneer of the country's garment industry, it was in 1978 that he sent over 130 trainees all the way to South Korea to learn about these ready-made garments, or RMG, and soon after launched the first export-oriented enterprise named Desh Garments. As entrepreneurs and businessmen alike saw potential on the RMG, Bangladesh garment factories rose one after another. Moreover, the majority of those 130 trainees that were sent to South Korea eventually built their own textile exporting firms. The total exports of the RMG in the 1980s were rising and were currently valued at around $3.5 million. But in 2007, it grew to over $10.7 billion and accounted close to over 80% of the total exports of the country around those years. Eventually, this giant industry would become a source of development, prosperity, and economic activity for the nation. Today, around 5,000 RMG firms are operating in Bangladesh, contributing to the very lives of society. It has consistently grown year by year, and even the latest statistics from July to January of 2021 to 2022 saw 30% growth to its major sectors. The biggest importers of Bangladesh's garments are the European Union and the United States, with more than 80% of the total exports of the country, suggesting that the customers may even come from the farthest countries in the world. Although there has been changes as of recently, India, its neighboring giant nation, is seeing major growth in importing these garments, with estimates suggesting over 50% growth year on year for the two countries. Garments exported to China, on the other hand, grew from $52 million in 2010 to over $500 million by 2019. The future, however, is starting to look bleak, but the opportunity to become the world's garment hub is still open. In 2020, Vietnam actually overtook Bangladesh as the second largest RMG exporter, with Vietnam's industries and economy rapidly rising. Its competitiveness and good pricing have pushed its overall market share above Bangladesh, but Bangladesh has since come back in 2021 after its growth exploded once again. Turkey also overtook Bangladesh in its exports to Spain, which also indicates that Bangladesh is not the only garment country planning to become the world's global hub. As competitors rise and governments, businessmen alike see the potential of becoming a garment export-oriented nation, Bangladesh's textile industry growth may see a very threat to its industry. But we believe that Bangladesh is in the right position to still rise. It is estimated that by 2025, the country has the potential to have a $100 billion export potential. Getting there will need a lot of work. First, we think that Bangladesh's government must continuously provide incentives to its local and foreign players. Promoting cheaper and better garments around the world will help its industry grow further. Constructing better power-generating infrastructure, such as the Rupur nuclear power plant, will help bring down costs. Likewise, approaching its neighboring countries such as India will bring a massive untapped market for the country. But all of these are still subjective to what the future may bring. While there are still various challenges up ahead, Bangladesh is still in a prime position to become a leading global hub for garment manufacturing. The challenges in the past that they have had were conquered and finished, and we believe that tomorrow's challenges will become yesterday's learning for the nation.
जी व्यूअर्स, तो कैसी लगी आप लोगों को वीडियो, आप बताइए।
जी व्यूअर्स, आई होप आप लोगों को बहुत मजा आएगा इस वीडियो पे यार। स्पेशली मुझे तो बहुत पसंद आई है ये बांग्लादेश की, और बांग्लादेश मतलब इतनी जल्दी डेवलप हुआ है यार, मतलब किसी को ख्वाबों ख्यालों में भी नहीं पता था कि बांग्लादेश इतनी जल्दी ग्रो कर जाएगा। और आई थिंक सेकंड जो लिस्ट थी उसमें वेंटम था चाइना के बाद, लेकिन अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि बांग्लादेश सेकंड पे आ चुका है। या टेक्सटाइल का अगर नाम लिया जाए तो हमारे इधर पाकिस्तान में भी जो बड़े बड़े ब्रांड्स हैं ना, वहाँ पर आपको बांग्लादेश के ब्रांड्स ही मिलेंगी, शर्ट्स वगैरह।
साथ में देखिए वुमेन्स कितनी हार्ड वर्किंग है, देखिए कितना जबरदस्त काम कर रही है।
असल में मैंने देखा कि वुमेन्स जो काम कर सकती है ना, वो मतलब मेंस नहीं कर सकती। ये मैंने बात आजमाई भी है और बात मैंने सोची भी है, क्योंकि टेक्सटाइल हब में जो इस टाइम बांग्लादेश को आगे लेके जाने वाली है, तो वहाँ की वो लेडीज हैं जिन्होंने उनको बहुत सारा सपोर्ट किया, और स्पेशली जो उधर के शहरी हैं उन्होंने बांग्लादेश को बहुत सपोर्ट किया आगे पहुंचाने के लिए। और आई थिंक इसी तरह रहा तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि, वैसे लगता तो नहीं कि चाइना को आगे छोड़ेगा, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि 50-50 कर सकता है चाइना के साथ बांग्लादेश। सो व्यूअर्स, आई होप आप लोगों को बहुत मजा आएगा इस वीडियो पे, और अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक करो, शेयर करो, और जिन लोगों ने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया यार, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करते रहिए, ताकि इस तरह की मजे की वीडियो आप लोगों तक मिलती रहे। तो मिलते हैं इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा, हम लोग को दीजिए इजाजत।
अल्लाह हाफिज़।